On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And here you are, here I am, and here we are.
Here we go.
Here we go, baby. Lights are on.
And no one's home, honey.
Yep, okay. The lights aren't even on right now, okay?
Just the way we like it.
Oh, yeah. Just dark and sultry.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. We are just having the time of our lives lately.
Oh, my God. We are jet setters.
Oh, jet setters, trend setters. Okay, we've seen some good outfits at our shows.
Oh, we have some great cowboy hats.
Oh, yeah. When the Geoffs did Dallas, we saw some good outfits. Okay.
Remember I turned to you and I said, oh my God, our listeners are hot.
Yes, we love it. And of course they are.
Of course they are. But just like you don't know what we look like sometimes, we don't know what you look like, but you guys showed out.
You showed out, you showed up, and you fucking did the thing. And we love you for it.
We love you guys so much for it. We loved Texas.
Oh my God, yeah. We haven't gotten to talk about it on the show yet, but we had such a good time in Texas. I think we'll be out somewhere when you guys hear this, but we are just having the time of our lives. But I gotta tell you, after Texas, you went home.
I flew alone for the first time.
Yes.
Can I tell you? 4 different gate changes. I was sweating in DFW, which my niece lives in Fort Worth, and she talks about how fucking crazy that airport is.
Oh, it's a crazy airport. And we're used to LAX, which is not the
easiest,
but my God, that Dallas airport is huge.
Oh my God, I was running with my luggage, my one little wheel that could.
Oh my God.
Oh, I broke a wheel on my suitcase and lasted this whole leg with just a little tiny wheel.
Yeah, she made it. The morning after our Dallas show, I flew straight to San Francisco.
As a full cowboy.
As a cowboy, because the only outfits I really had were cowboy outfits. And hosted a baby shower.
Can I just say the pictures that you sent me, it looked so dreamy, so beautiful.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well, I guess it kind of ties into the show because, so my sister, it wasn't an actual baby shower, I'll explain, but my sister was feeling like not really wanting to do an actual baby shower because, I mean, as all of you know by now too, like we lost our mom a couple years ago and she was just like, it doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to do it.
It's emotional. Yeah. It's bittersweet kind of thing.
We toyed around with the idea. She's like, maybe I'll do like a little blessing ceremony, like not religious at all because we're not very religious, but just like sending well wishes to the baby, just like a little thing with her closest friends.
Right.
There was only, I think, like 8 of us there. And it was so great, and it was a cool alternative, I guess, to doing something traditional.
I love that.
Sometimes you just don't want to do certain things. Like I've always said, like if I got married now, I would never have a wedding. I mean, I'm not really a wedding person in general, but I'm like, I for sure don't think I would have a wedding without my mom there or whatever. I would want to just do something completely different.
Yeah.
Which there's no right or wrong. Do whatever the fuck you want. But I thought it was nice to have just like a little more intimate thing. And it ended up so fun and she loved it, which was great. And then I came back home, got my hot dog. So happy to be home for a little bit.
I know. We're home right now for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
crazy.
It is crazy, but we're having so much fun on the road.
I know.
As soon as we get home, like after a couple days, I'm like, okay, I've seen
Okay.
it. I know these four walls.
It's here. Everybody's safe. Everybody's happy. Okay.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Well, your husband's about to leave.
2 weeks.
We just got home after being gone for 2 weeks, and now he's leaving for 2 weeks.
Now he's going to Texas for 2 weeks for work stuff. So that'll be interesting. I feel like we're just ships passing in the night.
But you get your alone time with the dogs
Yes.
and get to get your house in order, which is the best feeling.
Yeah. No, it does. And Cisco and I are very independent anyway. So it's like, we're good.
Oh, please. A little alone time? I'll always welcome it.
Oh my God.
You and I are both that way, though. We both love to be alone.
Mm-hmm.
Probably that's part of the reason our friendship works so well.
Yeah.
But we also like to be together.
No, of course. I mean, we talk about it all the time. It's very easy. We don't even have to talk when we're together, which is lovely.
Oh, and even if we're on the phone, I don't remember. Was it today?
I was like singing to myself, and you're like, all right, I gotta go. I'm like, you're still here.
Yeah. We just leave the phones on all day. Can't get enough.
Oh, God.
But I love it.
I love it. I saw this picture that somebody sent us, and I got to show it to you. It's not my listener email, but it was sent in by this person named Shelly. And it says, "Hi, Spencer and Madison. I was scrolling Facebook and came across this picture in my town. Was too funny not to share. When I started thinking, is there a body in there? What the fuck is going on? Hope you get a laugh." Okay, and I'm bringing this up because we're talking about being on the road. Imagine seeing this.
Is that a casket in a convertible?
Yes.
I love it.
Hanging out of a convertible. That's how I felt with all of our luggage in our rental car.
God. Can we talk about the rental car for a second?
Oh, we got lucky.
Oh, baby. So when we were looking at rental cars, we were like, oh, like we'll just do like a little SUV or something. And when we got there, the guy was like, you guys want this Jeep? And then we were like, absolutely.
Absolutely. It was like a 2023 Jeep Wrangler.
Blacked out.
We felt so cool.
Oh, we loved it. We just had so much fun getting to ride around in a car together and just fucking blast music. We were living our best lives in Texas, truly.
So I dropped you off at the airport first, and I had like 4 hours until my flight, and I had to go return the rental car, but I had like 2 hours to spare. And I told myself I was going to edit, but instead I edited on the airplane anyway. So what did I do? I went to Whataburger.
Ooh, was it good?
Sat in the parking lot for 2 hours. It was good. It was absolutely good.
Because Texas tried to fight us at the show because I was trying to defend In-N-Out.
See, that's the thing. I don't understand the correlation between the two. They're not the same.
Because Whataburger has a bunch of stuff, right?
I got like egg wraps. I tried everything.
And don't they have like taquitos and...
They've got it all. So it reminds me more of, don't hate me for this, but like a Wendy's or like a Jack in the Box. It has everything.
But like in comparison, because In-N-Out is just like, here's our 5 things, love it or leave it.
Like I understand the comparison with Shake Shack and In-N-Out. Like
yes.
I get that, but I don't get the Whataburger and In-N-Out
rivalry.
Okay,
so it's different.
That's my ignorant one-time going.
Okay, we'll have to visit next time. I definitely want to go back to Texas immediately because I had such a good time there, and I feel like we just didn't have enough time in all of the cities.
Oh my God. Buc-ee's?
Oh, we loved Buc-ee's.
Someone got you a hot dog Buc-ee's outfit, and I think you took mine on accident.
Yes. Also,
so I have it for you.
We've been getting incredible gifts at all of the shows, which is so unnecessary.
So sweet and thoughtful.
And if you plan on bringing something to a show, keep it small, okay? Because we are overcrowding our suitcases, okay? I had to like take shit out of mine last time. I was like, oh, like whatever, I'll just pay the surcharge or whatever. He's like, no, you really gotta like divide these up. On my last flight from Texas back to California. And I was like, oh, okay.
Embarrassing too. All the stuff that's in there, like the gavels and puppets. And...
Oh my God, I know. But we made it work.
God.
We're struggling through. Okay, I have to tell you, I have been on a fucking Patrick Swayze kick lately.
Oh my God. Point Break?
So when we were in Texas, I watched Roadhouse, which is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And I've watched it again since coming home because he's just so fucking hot in that movie.
God, he is.
And the best hair in that movie. I'm like, okay, maybe that's my next haircut. Oh God, what did I watch last night? It was... Oh, it's called Next of Kin.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Really good.
Really good, okay.
It was a good one, okay? And then I watched another one with Clint Eastwood the other night.
You watching movies?
I'm in a movie period right now because I normally don't have a lot of time to sit still, or I just don't like sitting still ever.
Mm-hmm.
But I have been loving some movies, and I watched this movie with Clint Eastwood called Play Misty for Me. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's wild. He's like a radio guy, and this crazed woman calls in and keeps asking him to play this song for her, and then she becomes like a stalker obsessed with him. I won't give anything else away, but it was really a wild watch.
Wow, I've never even heard of it.
I think I'm really into like 70s, 80s right now.
Okay.
There's a lot of movies that I realize that I just have not watched as an adult, or like maybe I've seen, like Roadhouse, I think I had seen parts of. And then now I'm like, this movie's so fucking good.
Yeah.
But I saw that they're remaking it.
Oh, are they?
They're remaking it with Jake Gyllenhaal, who I think is just
So sexy.
Just fucking
Tall.
Oh, sit on my face. He's so fucking hot, dude. I don't even know.
That smile.
Sleepy eyes.
Ugh.
I'm excited for a remake. And it's also, I just thought it was funny because it's literally like about to come out, I guess, on Amazon or something. And I was like, that's so weird because now I'm getting into Roadhouse.
Wow, look at you. You know, Cisco and I watched the Brooke Shields documentary a few nights ago.
I haven't watched the documentary, but I've been watching all of the interviews and press that she's done around it. It seems just kind of heavy.
Oh, it's fucked.
Her mom seems fucking insane.
Yeah, she was an alcoholic and
just wanted to be her. She said she was like, my mom wanted to like be with me. Like,
yeah.
It is very
she
weird.
Said some nice things about her mom, like she wasn't like a normal stage mom who was like pushing her to do things. And she really, really cared about her education, but she didn't care that she was posing naked at 9 years old.
Oh, it's so sick. I'm like,
fucked.
How did that ever fucking
There's a lawsuit too in it. It was Playboy Press or something, and she was 9 years old in this artsy book. That same photographer, I guess, wanted to release it again later.
What?
So she went to court for it.
Good.
It was disgusting in court. All the questions they asked her, they kind of made her look bad, and she lost.
What?
Yeah.
Ugh, it's such a fucked up, weird Hollywood. That's the part of Hollywood that really is so fucked up and weird when it comes to children. And then you see some that it just was a totally normal, well, never normal, but a totally good experience. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it is just the parents, really. Yeah. Because you need to be a fucking advocate for your kid if they're trying to do something like that.
No, absolutely. They brought that up in the documentary too. They said something and I was like, I don't know. I don't think I'd let my fucking kid like be put in all these positions that her mom allowed, but they were kind of saying like, you know, it's a systemic thing. It's not just on the parent. Ugh, I don't know. It's deep. It's a good watch, though. Yeah. Disturbing, though. Absolutely.
Ugh, I don't know if I could watch.
Yeah, it was hard.
I watched a few interviews that she did, and yeah, it's just really crazy what was allowed then, and it makes you really think about now what's allowed. I mean, it's very different now. I would say things have progressed a lot, especially from like the Harvey Weinstein shit and all like the Me Too movement and stuff. I think things are very different now and people are a lot more careful now, thank God, but there's still weird shit happening always, and that's everywhere. Anything involving kids, honestly, is scary. The sports world,
they saw it with like
Larry Nassar.
Fucker.
Just gross fucking people.
Yeah.
Speaking of gross people,
oh no,
should we move into some assholes?
Sure.
I don't know if these people are gross. I would say
okay.
This first one says, am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that he doesn't own my home? I inherited my childhood 3-bedroom home after my mother passed 5 years ago, along with a good chunk of cash. I live in that home right now. Not to brag, but it's a beautiful home. Now, I have a half-brother, we'll call him Blake, and we share the same father, who is also deceased. Blake is a deadbeat. Can't keep a job, jumps from relationship to relationship, makes excuses and blames everyone else for all of his problems. Just not really a good guy. But with my parents gone, he's the only family I have left, so I try to work around it. He's been living with me for a year and a half now after getting kicked out of his own apartment for not paying rent. He went and got his newest girlfriend knocked up and decided that meant they needed to get married right away. So they got married at our local courthouse. Now, I agreed to have her move in. She is carrying my niece or nephew after all. It's been 3 months since they got married and she moved in. And she's been rude, demanding, and just outright worse the whole time. Originally, I chalked it up to her being pregnant, but then one day she comes up to me and tells me that I have to move out. I'm confused and ask what the hell she means. And she goes on about how with the baby coming, it was time I leave as they need the space. I tell her, you have no right to kick me out of my own house. She comments that since she married my brother, the house was part hers now, too. It's weird to have your husband's brother living with you and your kid. I realized then that she thought my brother owned at least a part of the house. I explained to her that she and my brother were in fact living with me, not the other way around, letting her know I fully own it and my brother has no rights to it and neither did she. She goes quiet and runs off. How fucking embarrassing. When my brother comes home, they get in a huge fight and she leaves to go to her mother's. My brother's now mad at me for telling her the truth. Honestly, up until this point, I thought she knew. Now my brother claims he didn't tell her he owned it. She knew the house was inherited, and since we're brothers, she assumed he owned half and he just never corrected her. Am I the asshole for telling my brother's wife that he doesn't own my home?
No.
No.
You are not the asshole.
Not the asshole whatsoever. Oh, I guarantee the brother, the brother was like, yeah, we inherited this house.
Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
And he's probably like, oh, fuck my brother. Like,
We gotta get him.
yeah.
Oh my God. Embarrassing all around.
I know.
That would feel so satisfying if she was a bitch too. Like having her come to you and be like, I think it's time for you to move out. And
Yeah.
being able to look at her and be like, I think it's time for you to move out, actually.
And it also shows, I feel like, the generosity of the man writing, because he never made it known outwardly, this is my home and I own it.
And you're living here.
Like,
yeah.
he was probably very welcoming and like, this is our home now. Ooh, she got
She got the
she
truth.
got voted.
Wonder how that turned out.
I know.
The next one says, am I the asshole for never mentioning to my siblings my father's intent to donate his entire estate?
Okay.
But we got a lot of inheritance drama happening today.
That's where the drama lies a lot of the
Uh-huh.
time.
Sure does. So this says, my father passed away a couple months ago. We knew it was coming. There was plenty of time to prepare for it. He had a long and successful career in his younger days. 5 years ago, he sold his home to move into a very, very nice old folks home. I'll never know how much, but we can safely say he likely had at least a couple million. He loved his alma mater and was very involved in the volunteer alumni relations department in his retirement. A couple years ago, he told me he planned to donate his entire estate to their alumni scholarship fund. He had always been a generous man, so that didn't really shock me. I never really thought about it since. Then, when he passed, all the funeral arrangements and whatnot were already paid for, and he had a relatively small life insurance policy at that point, just to ensure that nobody would have expenses associated with his death. Very thoughtful man, it sounds like. He had a longtime lawyer friend and CPA who then basically told me and my siblings about his will. As he told me, everything was gifted to the university fund. So I wasn't surprised, but I guess he never told my siblings this. They were very surprised, wanted to challenge it, and when I said I already knew about it, they flipped. They asked some lawyers, supposedly, and they have no case. He was in sound mind when he made his will, so it's cut and dry, but my siblings are pissed at me, saying when he told me I should have tried to convince him otherwise, and told them so they could try and convince him otherwise. We've gotten into it lately, and I just feel like it's all unnecessary. Our dad was always generous with us, paid for our schooling, weddings, and all the main parent things. I really don't care about not having an inheritance, because we otherwise were always given everything we needed. Was I being the asshole by not telling them? It really didn't even cross my mind.
I don't think so. I think your father should have been the one to do that.
Should have told them.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think you should ever depend on an inheritance.
No.
You never know what could happen. It sounds to me like they were kind of banking on that their entire lives.
Yeah.
Which is not a great thing to do.
Right. It'll set you up for failure.
Yeah, really.
Also, people don't think about the taxes that come along with that. And it's not just free money.
No. Well, and I also just think when and if I had children, or even if it's just my niece or nephew, whatever's coming out of my sister in a couple weeks, I have, my sister as my beneficiary right now,
Right.
let's say. But say I eventually set it as my kids or her kids. I don't think I would even ever talk about that. Like, I don't even think they would know that. I wouldn't want any child to know you're getting this money.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. There might have been a reason why he only told you and not them. Because
Yeah.
maybe he knew
That they would be like, well,
Yeah.
we were supposed to get the money. But I also get being the kids, I'd probably be like, oh, fuck.
I know.
I thought I was going to get a house.
That's true. There is a disservice if he told them about their inheritance and then decided to do this and not tell them because...
False hope or something.
Yeah.
But really, at the end of the day, it's their money. Whatever they want to do with it, they got to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Money just always gets ugly. It always gets ugly.
Always.
There's
I know.
always battles over it and murders over it. I mean, shit, who knows what those kids would have done?
I know. But I don't think it's on you to be the asshole.
No. And I don't think you're an asshole for not telling them. It literally sounds like you didn't even know. Or you didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do they know? Like, I don't
I'm not
know.
going to tell them.
Yeah. Oh, please.
Please.
Tell them to fucking get a job. Just kidding. We don't know their circumstances, but come on.
Come on.
Oh, my God.
Before we move on, I have a listener email.
Okay.
Okay.
Are they an asshole?
No. Actually, we met this person.
We did?
Yes. They said, my name is Ashley. Yes, you can say it. And I'm not sure if you remember me, but I got to meet you at the Boston show. I was the weirdo who handed you a USB with pictures of all the abandoned places I've been to. Remember we were going through our USBs because our show, we put on USBs and whatnot. And we had to plug them in and we're like, oh, look at all these cool pictures.
Yeah.
But anyway, before I tell you my story, I just wanted to let you know that your show literally was so funny and well done.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. And I am so grateful that I got to go. I had so much fun and laughed harder than I have in a long time. So thank you for being your beautiful selves and never ever change.
Aw.
Okay, now on to my great-grandfather. So I listened to last week's episode and was so intrigued by all the mining information, which jump-started my feeble little mind into recalling a memory of a story my grandfather told me when I was younger. I checked in with him to make sure all my facts were straight before writing this, and actually got more details, which I was shocked by. So first off, my great-grandfather, John, worked in a mine in Pennsylvania near the Pittsburgh area, and did, in fact, use canaries while he was down there, like Spencer had discussed.
Oh my God.
They also had horses to pull the carts of coal. However, I didn't realize that they actually had underground stables for the horses while they weren't at work. So one day, John was working in the area off by himself with nobody around when somebody spooked the horse that was attached to his cart of coal. John didn't have time to react fast enough and got slammed between the cart and the wall of the mine, completely crushing part of his spine, his hips, and several other bones. But he was alone and nobody could hear him calling for help. So he somehow pulled himself up and dragged himself on top of the cart of coal and got the horse to go to the stables where the rest of the crew found him and took him immediately to the hospital. I wish I could say I'd do the same, but holy fuck, I doubt I'd be able to drag my fat ass up on top of the cart, and the horse would probably take one look at me trying and leave me in the dust. So John healed in the hospital, but after continuing to try working in the mines, he was simply unable to, and this injury actually led to him eventually being partially paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh my God.
Wow. He also had a nasty case of black lung and was often sick throughout my grandfather's childhood. But his morals were strong and they were passed on to my grandfather, who has passed them on to my mother and siblings, which we are very grateful for. I never got to meet my great-grandfather John, as he died when my grandfather was still young from all the complications. However, if he is anything like my grandfather, then I know he was one hell of a guy.
Oh.
That gave me chills. Anyway, thank you so much for reading. I absolutely love you guys and the Geoff community. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Thank you for that email. That's an incredible story.
Incredible. incredible. I can't believe there were horse stables in the mine.
Well, yeah, remember? Like, why we didn't talk about the stables,
Yeah.
but we talked about the horses.
The horses.
We learned something fucking new
I know.
every day.
Rest in peace, John. And God, I can't imagine being pinned and crushed and then persevering and getting out.
Oh, I would have given up.
Me too.
Terrifying.
My God.
But thank you for sharing that
I
story.
know. Thank you, Ashley.
And thanks for coming to our show and all of your kind words. We love ya.
We love ya.
All right, Miss Madison, Mr. Eyes. I do believe I am up first this week. You got a little side bitch for us?
I sure do. I have the obituary for Kevin J. McGroarty, 53, of West Pittston. And it starts out and says, McGroarty achieves room temperature.
Perfect.
He died Tuesday, July 22nd, 2014, after battling a long fight with mediocrity. Born 1960 in the Nesbitt Hospital, he was the bouncing baby boy of the late Lieutenant Edward M. McGroarty and Helen Jane Hudson McGroarty, whom the New York Times should have noted as extraordinary parents. He was baptized at St. Cecilia Church, Exeter, which later burned to the ground. Attended Butler Street Elementary, which was later torn down, and middle school at 6th Street in Wyoming, now an apartment building. He enjoyed elaborate practical jokes, over-tipping in restaurants, sushi, and Marx Brothers movies. He was preceded in death by Brother and many beloved pets, Chainsaw, an English Mastiff, in 2009, Baron, an English Settler, in 1982, Peter Max, a turtle, summer of 1968, along with numerous houseflies and bees, but they were only acquaintances. McGroarty leaves behind no children that he knows of, but if he did, their names would be son, Almighty Thor, and daughter, Buttercup Patchouli. McGroarty was a veteran of the advertising industry since 1983. He was a pioneer in Apple computing, purchasing one of the first in the Wyoming Valley in 1985. He would like to remind his friends, please don't email me, I'm dead. McGroarty was a founding partner of Pyramid Advertising and finally principal owner of award-winning Rhino Media until 2006. He was also an adjunct instructor at Luzerne County Community College from 2005 to 2009. He will be laid to rest at Mount Olivier Cemetery, Section 7N. He asked to please make note of his new address. McGroarty's headstone reads, "I'll be right back," one of his favorite sayings. He leaves this world with few regrets, one being told in grade school his adult life would see the Hershey candy bar rise in cost to over $1. He maintained given the resources and initiative, he would rally the good citizens of the Commonwealth to a revolution that would force that price to its original 35-cent market value, a dream he was not able to fulfill by his own admission. The reason, I was distracted by many beautiful women. In lieu of flowers, friends are asked to please give generously to the Peninsula State Police Troop P Camp Cadet Fund. A massive Christian burial will be held at 10 a.m. Then it says, following a brief rant of how the government screwed up all the Bugs Bunny cartoons trying to censor violence. This will be presented by his attorney, Brett Zinkel Esquire. Friends may call from 9 to 10 a.m. Monday. McGroarty leaves behind a thought for all to ponder, given years of gathering wisdom from different religions and deep study of the Greek philosophers. It costs nothing to be nice. And never stick a steak knife in an electrical outlet.
Oh, very sage, full of sage advice.
So he actually, I believe, wrote this himself. And I just loved it. I thought it was perfect.
Mm-hmm. That is incredible.
It's such a good one.
I love it. We'll put it in the Hall of Fame.
We will, absolutely. And his obituary picture is him smoking a cigar.
Ugh, an icon.
An icon.
We love it. Well, should we take a quick break?
Yes, let's do it.
And when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin this week.
Alrighty. And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in that little old coffin of yours?
Oh, this little old thing? Well, I just got it out of my convertible.
Ooh.
This week, I am back on my AI bullshit, Madison.
Oh, here we go.
Uh-huh. So a while back, I did an episode all about the different ways engineers and tech companies have been working on implementing or creating AI systems to, quote unquote, give us a chance to communicate with our loved ones after they've passed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, boy, oh boy, was I excited to stumble across this news from NPR. It's from last June, actually, that this article came out, speaking about yet another way we may soon be able to interact with the dearly departed.
Okay.
Alexa?
She's scary.
Ring
She
a
goes
bell?
off sometimes by herself.
Oh, just fucking wait. The article I want to read first, and then we'll get into all of it, or that'll answer probably most of it for us, but I've got some wild Alexa stories too. So this article was written by NPR contributor Bobby Allen, and it said, quote, "Do you miss the sound of a dead relative's voice? Well, fear not. Amazon unveiled a new feature in the works for its virtual assistant, Alexa, that can read aloud in a deceased loved one's voice based on a short recording of the person."
Okay, wait. So this is not to be confused with when you talked about how companies are putting together like a digital afterlife.
Yeah, because that's more for like chatting, I
Got
feel
it.
like.
Okay.
This would be actually listening to somebody.
Right. Like saving a voicemail.
Uh-huh.
Kind of thing. Okay. Wow.
Which is truly a very strange thing after somebody dies, hearing their voice. Like, I remember the first time listening to a voicemail from my mom after she passed away, and I couldn't do it for a while because it was like, or like videos. I remember the first time going through videos and hearing her voice. It's a very weird thing to hear somebody after they've passed away. But you know what? Some people might want it, and you might be able to have your Alexa do it soon.
Wow.
The article goes on to say, while AI can't eliminate that pain of loss, it can definitely make their memories last, said Rohit Prasad, the senior vice president and head scientist for Alexa, on Wednesday at Alexa's Re-Mars conference in Las Vegas. In a video played at the event, an Amazon Echo Dot is asked, "Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz?" "Okay," Alexa's voice responded. I have the clip of it.
Wait, that makes me want to cry.
It's really sweet. I mean, it's future-y, but also sweet. Hold on, let's see if I can play this.
Let's take a look on one of the new capabilities we are working on, which enables lasting personal relationships.
Alexa, can Grandma finish reading me The Wizard of Oz?
Okay, but how about my courage? Asked the lion anxiously. You have plenty of courage, I am sure, answered Oz. All you need is confidence in yourself.
Ugh.
That kills me.
Isn't that so sweet?
If I could have like my grandma read to me, or like if I had kids or my nieces and nephews,
Uh-huh.
I don't know why it makes me so
Are you gonna
emotional.
cry right now?
It's a sweet thing.
It is. And all you need is like a little snippet of their voice, and they can just create this whole system.
Oh my God.
Oh, I didn't even think about like reading to grandchildren.
Read-
Oh,
I know.
my God. Okay. Well, hold on. So let's go back to the article.
Okay.
Let's get to some more of the technicalities because
Okay.
I can't even handle it. So in that video, he goes on to say, instead of Alexa's voice reading the book, it's the kid's grandma's voice. We had to learn to produce a high quality voice with less than a minute of recording. And he added, we're questionably living in the golden era of AI, where our dreams and science fiction are becoming a reality. Which, like, more and more we see this with technology. Remember the movie Her? Did you ever watch that? And I remember getting emotional at the end of that movie too.
Honey, I was bored to tears. I know that it was like,
Oh, I thought it was moving.
Oh, everybody did. For some reason, I was just like, it's a phone, okay?
It says, indeed, the feature immediately drew comparisons to fictional depictions of technology, but one's more bleak than what Prasad was likely referencing, like Black Mirror, the dystopian television series that featured an episode in which comparable technology was deployed. And I remember that. I want to go back and rewatch Black Mirror, which I think we've said before and still haven't done. But also, I feel like anytime AI is brought up, they bring up Black Mirror. Like, that's some Black Mirror shit. Pause really quick. Speaking of, I watched Megan on the plane ride home.
I loved it.
I thought it was the stupidest movie I have ever seen in my life. I was like, this is the dumbest fucking movie.
I loved it.
I was laughing.
Oh, I know.
That little bitch was fucking, that doll was fucking throwing kids off, ripped his ear off.
When she started singing,
Oh,
bulletproof
Oh, I wanted to fucking punt her.
I know.
It says the feature is still in development, and Amazon would not say when it might publicly launch, but its preview comes at a moment when the cutting-edge capabilities of artificial intelligence are under close scrutiny. In particular, debate among researchers has sharpened about what is known as deep fakes, which is video or audio that is rendered with AI to make it appear as if someone did or said something that never happened. And that is a fucking scary thing with technology. I remember watching...
Deepfakes in porn?
There was like that streamer girl. I think they were talking about it on The View, I think. And somebody had taken her face and like put it onto a porn, and she was like, she was so fucking. I'm like, who would not be so upset at something like that?
I know.
Technology is so amazing and incredible, but also terrifying for things like that when it gets in the wrong hands.
Absolutely. Too much of anything is not good.
Not good. It also comes shortly after a Google engineer sparked controversy for arguing the company's sophisticated chatbot communicated as if it was sentient, a claim that did not have the support of the AI research community, but nonetheless underscored the freakishly human-like communication skills of the software. Honey, the robots are coming.
Okay, so get ready.
Get ready.
Oh, that's so funny that you're talking about this because I pulled up an article last night on the New York Post, and it was... God, I have it up on my computer. Hold on, I gotta find it. Oh, NYPD rolls out Snitchbot to patrol city subways, monitor criminals. And it's like this robot, but they like snitch on you.
Oh, look at them. Oh, I cried at a video of a robot the other day. You know the ones that drive around and deliver food? Yeah. Some guy was being so mean to one and like it like fell over. Oh, it made me emotional. I was like...
The badass ones are the ones when there's like a police standoff and they go in.
They're like, what's going on?
They look like dogs almost, or like some Star Wars kind of thing.
Honey, I think that was a movie. Okay.
No, one took some people out. Killed them.
What?
Yeah, I gotta look it up. But there was like a police standoff hostage situation, and they sent that robot in, and he just said,
taking care of business.
Yep.
Incredible. Well, we're going all over the place with this one. Subarao Kembapati, who's a professor of computer science at Arizona State University, said he hopes Amazon showing off a demo of the voice replicating tool makes the public vigilant to the use of synthetic voices in everyday life.
Ooh.
As creepy as it might sound, it's a good reminder that we can't trust our own ears in this day and age.
Wow.
Which, I mean, I think about even scams that people could run with this. Because you know how people used to like, or still do probably run that scam where they would like call elderly people, or they'd write them an email or something and be like, I'm in the hospital, blah, blah, blah.
Remember it happened to my mom?
And my God. Yes.
Thank God she didn't do anything, but some voice called her and she started saying my niece's name. My mom did. My mom thought like, oh, Sophia? Sophia, is that you? And then the scammers play off of it and they're like, yeah, I'm in jail.
Yes.
And so they just pick up, you know, what you say. So then my mom calls my sister and is like...
Sophia's in jail.
My sister was
fucking lost it.
She was getting her hair done. She had like 500 foils on her head. And they said another girl's name in it who happens to be a name that my niece knows. And so my sister shot up and was like, I knew that girl was bad news. And like, I'm going to call her parents. It was like a drama.
Well, picture now if they could really use Sophia's voice, like your niece's voice or something, they could really fucking pull one over on people. Kembapati added, but the sooner we get used to this concept, which is still strange to us right now, the better we'll be. They also said the Alexa feature has the potential to aid a bereft family member, though it has to be weighed against a variety of moral questions the technology presents. For people in grieving, this might actually help in the same way we look back and watch videos of the departed, but it comes with serious ethical issues. Like, is it okay to do this without the deceased person's consent? And I think not only of that, but I'm also like, is it helpful to people? Because if someone's really stuck in their grief, it can bring on a whole onslaught of issues and people can have a really hard time coming out of it. Like, I feel like it could be just as damaging as it could be beneficial. Like, there is the sweet part of it where you're like, oh, it's like my grandma reading my kid a bedtime story.
Yeah. Does it turn into like a her situation?
Yeah, where you like get obsessed with it or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's really incredible. I think it's really interesting. interesting to see what happens with that. And there's always a debate on the ethics, but I don't know. If you want it, why not?
If you use it right, I think you're fine.
Now, I stumbled across a list of the creepiest things Alexa has done, and I have to share some of them with you.
Oh, no.
This is from tiphero.com. They compiled the answers from Reddit, and some of them are just like funny, some are wild, but I wanted to read a couple of them. The first one says, that time Alexa gave a couple some unwanted relationship advice. My wife and I were arguing about something. No clue what it was, but it was getting a little heated. I don't know what Alexa thought she heard, but she suddenly interjected with, why don't we change the subject? It was just unexpected and relevant enough to be creepy. We both heard it. We still talk about it years later. There was nothing in the app logs. That is scary, but also Alexa was just tired of hearing it, okay?
Sick of it.
They probably ended that fight right there on the spot.
How do you not laugh?
Uh-huh. Well, we talk about it, SIRI. I don't want to say the name because it'll pull it up right now on the computer. Always fucking coming at the most random times. And I'm like, bitch, mind your business.
I told you she somehow got hit on Cisco's phone and sent what he was saying to one of his friends.
Oh, it'll like just start texting.
Yeah, but he was talking to the dog. So he was like, I love you, doopy doopy doop. Oh, doo doo doo. And his friend got it and was like, what the fuck?
Well, listen to this. This one says, I got my mother-in-law a Dot for Christmas last year. That's like the little Alexas, you know?
Okay.
She's a chronic insomniac and tends to go to bed very, very late, like after 3 a.m. One night, she was up a lot later than that, and while watching random TV, Alexa piped up and said, good night, Clarice. My mother-in-law's name is not Clarice. There was another one that said, I moved my Dot and speaker into the bathroom so I could listen to music in the shower, but the first time I went pee in the middle of the night, I heard the little ding that she was listening, and I unplugged it immediately.
Oh, no.
I get freaked out by certain things, too. I'm not even, like, a conspiracist or anything, but, like, when I'm showering, sometimes I'll, like, listen to music on my computer or iPad, whatever the fuck is around. If my computer's in the bathroom, I always turn it away, like, if I'm getting into the shower or whatever. I'm like, don't look at me.
Oh, in the hotel, I put towels over the little Dot because I like was watching a show and I had to take a shower, and I'm like, if my naked body shows up,
the FBI sees this.
Okay. They're gonna declare a national emergency. Okay.
This one says, I was alone with someone saying hello to them playfully, and they responded with hi, and then I heard a third voice from the kitchen. Hi there. My body immediately tensed up, ready to charge at whatever assailant was in my home, until I realized Alexa, or in this case, her sister Echo, was playing along.
Oh, no.
There was one that said, I was trying to turn off some lights, and they kept turning back on. After the third request, Alexa stopped responding and instead did an evil laugh. The laugh wasn't in the Alexa voice. It sounded like a real person. My wife was there when it happened, and she is the only person who can drop in. I still get chills. I've seen the ones where they're like, Alexa, tell me a scary story. And then she's like, Oh, this one says, the alarm came on this morning every day at 7 a.m. However, we had the flu and I was miserable. I told Alexa to turn off the alarm, and upon the second request, she gave us the most chilling witch-like laugh. I immediately jumped out of my bed as I've never heard such a laugh before. It scared my wife and 5-year-old so badly we unplugged her. Throughout the day, we would request for Alexa to laugh, and none of the files are the same as the first one. We cannot explain it.
Fuck.
Okay, but listen to this one. It says, about a week after my dad died in October of 2016, my mom and I were standing in her living room talking to someone. Mid-sentence, Alexa pipes in with, how do you make a Kleenex dance? You put a little boogie in it. There were definitely no prompts or anything that even sounded like it. We even looked it up later on the app, and I can't remember what it said, but basically there was no record of a prompt. Figured it was my dad dropping a dad joke on us.
Aww.
Man, he was in love with the Alexa.
Oh.
I have like two more. This one said, Echo is so rude. This was a tweet. I'm sitting here watching TV and eating crisps, and she pipes up out of the blue saying, here's a station you might like. Workout FM.
Oh, no.
This one, I like, she was petty. She said, one of my supervisor's kids was telling her a joke in front of her Alexa, and out of nowhere, Alexa said, that's a funny joke. And then proceeded to tell her own joke. And I just love that she's just like, I've had one too.
She is sassy. I love it.
Oh my God, she is. I don't have one. Well, I have one. I don't think it's in storage. I don't know if it ever made it inside this house, but I'm kind of glad she's probably in the garage or something.
No, I have one, and Cisco and I unplugged it and have not plugged it back in because at our old house, we were like sitting there having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, metal just started blasting. And so we cut it off.
Oh, she's always got something to say.
Something up her cord.
Well, we're going to take one more quick break, and then we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week, girly?
Oh my God. Okay, so we have been on the road, right?
Oh, we sure have.
We have been traveling. So I thought today that I would talk about a different kind of road.
Okay.
A corpse road.
My kind of road, honey.
And all of the terms I found associated with them, even some terms I've heard before that I didn't really know the origin of. Now, disclaimer, there are many different legends and folklore and fairies that come along with the corpse roads, but I thought that I would just put it into layman's terms so that I can understand it and it's not a 5-hour episode.
Perfect.
Okay? So, what is a corpse road?
Tell me. You tell me.
Okay.
Apparently, you know now.
I know now. A corpse road is essentially a pathway or road that leads to a cemetery, church, or some type of consecrated burial ground.
Okay. Makes sense.
Right? Corpse roads are also often called coffin roads, lich ways, bear ways, funeral roads, burial roads, church ways, etc. There's a ton of names for them. Corpse roads date back to medieval Europe. So during this time, the population was expanding, and this meant that many outlying settlements and villages were created, and they were sometimes far, often miles away from their original church parish. New churches popped up in these new villages, like closer to people, but they were not initially granted any consecrated land for burial. So they were not allowed to have burials on their land. They only could go to the mother church that was miles and miles away.
Okay.
You most likely belonged to a parish, and when you died, you wanted to be buried on obviously consecrated land. There's a bunch of superstitions around it if not. But if there was no way of getting your coffin to that parish, you obviously couldn't be buried there. And at the time, local churches felt threatened by this expansion and wanted to sort of regulate. They also wanted their parishioners buried in their churchyard because they wanted the money associated with burial.
Oh, it all comes back to the money.
Okay.
Follow the money, people.
Follow the money road.
The corpse road to the money.
So, what did they do? They built these corpse roads that offered people a chance to get to their final resting place, like literal roads, just designated for a funeral procession, essentially. All of the corpse roads connected to the churchyard. I don't think they're on like modern maps, but if you look at older maps, you can see all these roads that lead to one church.
That's cool.
I know. Most of these roads were really only accessible by foot. So any type of like wheels or horse or vehicles, I don't know if they had vehicles in the medieval times, but
No.
any type of wheel or wagon.
So do you have to carry them?
Yes.
God.
And these roads were not paved streets. They were sometimes rocky, overgrown, hilly, often including a river that you had to cross. And they were like in the middle of nowhere. They were out of sight, out of mind because people didn't want rotting corpses being pulled through town or carried through town. There was a ton of superstition, like I said, around these corpse roads. Most corpse roads generally followed a straight line because there were superstitions associated with spirits only being able to travel in a straight line. So let's say you were in a village that was 10 miles away from your church parish, your mother church. You die, and your loved ones have to walk those 10 miles to church, but they also have to carry your ass in your coffin those 10 miles.
Oh my God. I'd be dragging it.
It couldn't touch the floor.
Oh, yeah.
There's
The floor is lava.
The floor is lava, okay? Your coffin also had to have been carried feet first, meaning your feet needed to be going towards the church and not back to your village because there was a serious threat that your spirit would try to go back to your home if you didn't, and no one wanted that. Luckily, at this time, most coffins were made of wicker, but still, that's a fucking journey, 10 miles.
Yes.
Jesus.
A dead weight.
Dead weight. But don't worry, though, because every mile or so, you would typically see something called a coffin stone. A coffin stone is a large slab of rock with a flat top, and these allowed the funeral procession to set the coffin down on it, not directly on the ground, which in another superstition could soil the soil underneath. Speaking of, if a corpse road crossed through a farmer's field, the farmers believed that the field was now cursed and there wouldn't be any viable crops from it that year. Along with coffin stones, other like stone crosses you would see as like markers along this road. One of my favorite legends regarding a coffin stone that I read about was from mayclaire.net, and they wrote about it saying, quote, "One particular legend involves a funeral procession that bore the body of a man who had done great evil in his life. When the procession paused to rest, they set the casket on a coffin stone for a brief time. Almost at once, the casket was struck by lightning, shattering into bits, reducing its contents to ash, and splitting the stone in two. The procession determined God did not want such a vile soul buried in the cemetery and took actions to prevent the man's interment."
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Also, some corpse roads encounter crossroads, which I've covered in OBITCH, A Royal Affair. So go back and listen to that and you'll be caught up. The superstition seems to be divided, though, on whether it was a good or bad thing to encounter a crossroads on your journey. All right, so you, dead, and your procession are almost to the church grounds. You would enter through a special gate called a lich gate. I've seen lich, L-Y-C-H, come up so much, and lich derives from the Old English word lick, which is L-I-C, which means corpse.
Interesting. I think of Litchfield, the prison.
Corpse field.
Oh my God.
So the Lich Gate was a special gate that had a roof over it. And I'll post pictures of it because I've seen these before, just thinking they were like a tunnel or like a gazebo kind of thing. But it was like a passageway from the road into the cemetery churchyard. Some of them, like I said, almost resemble like a tunnel with benches on either side. And some of them have walls. Some of them even have an area to rest the casket or coffin. And it sort of acted as like a waiting area. So you do that whole journey, you get to the churchyard, you stop at the Lich Gate because your procession party could sit and rest on the benches and they could watch over your casket until it was time for your burial, which could be a few days.
Oh my God.
I
The
know.
commitment these people made.
A commitment. A few other terms that came up when talking about corpse roads are corpse lights and corpse candles. Now, these I will definitely have to do like a whole coffin spinner on because there are so many different origins and types. But when it pertains to a corpse road, a corpse light or corpse candle is like a little orb, often looking like a flame that travels low to the ground. And it's almost always at night and it's always on a corpse road. There are a ton of stories about seeing this phenomenon. The orb travels to and from the cemetery and villages that are connected by the corpse roads. And when it arrives to a cemetery or burial site, it would just vanish. Many people believe that they would actually appear the night before someone died in that person's home or like outside of that person's home and then travel along a corpse road to the cemetery and vanish as almost like maybe they're taking the soul. I don't know.
Interesting.
Others believe they were just lost souls, probably unbaptized or just mischievous spirits trying to fuck with travelers.
Girly.
Which I know. And they were also known as will-o'-the-wisps and jack-o'-lanterns.
Oh, is that like where jack-o'-lanterns came from?
I believe so.
Oh my God, that's fucking cool to know about.
I know. Today, corpse roads are obviously not used as they once were. However, there are still some clues left, like coffin stones you can still find in a lot of places in Europe. You may walk past it thinking that it's just a rock, but wicker caskets may have rested there or have been blasted with lightning there.
Oh my God.
Also, during that time, people would set up lich watches and people would stay up and like track these orbs.
Cool. I don't want you to think I'm hijacking this at all, but I was
No.
Googling corpse. I wanted to see what they looked like.
Uh-huh.
I looked up corpse roads in California because I was like, I wonder if there's any we could visit. And I found this article from Only in Your State that says, take a ghost walk down San Francisco's corpse roads in Northern California.
I read that article.
And they have pictures of them. That's
Yeah, and maybe it wasn't that article, but it was about San Francisco. And this guy tried to look at old maps of San Francisco. And you know how we've talked about this before in San Francisco, how like they kind of had to uproot all of the burials and move the cemeteries and all that. And he was looking at different roads that weren't called corpse roads, but were absolutely used as corpse roads.
It's so interesting. And I also didn't know that the chapel, which is like a venue in the Mission District, used to be a mortuary.
Ooh.
That's interesting. I've been to plenty of shows there, and it's also talking about, I mean, San Francisco has some cool old cemeteries.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm looking at one right now. I made out with someone in this cemetery. Anyways.
Oh my God. Well, there you have it. Those are corpse roads.
It's my way or the highway. It's your road or the corpse road, babe.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Should we move into some obituaries?
Let's do it.
Oh, I loved that. Interesting.
Never knew about them.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of a corpse road before. Well, I have the obituary this week for a woman named Patricia Donnelly, and I fucking love her.
Okay.
It says Patricia Donnelly died peacefully on the morning of Sunday, June 19th, 2016, with both her children at her bedside. Pat had endured many affronts to her health throughout her life, each of which only made her more stubborn to survive. She outlived many doctors' prognoses many times and by many years, and was vibrant and spunky and devastatingly stylish till the end. Pat grew up in Portland, the daughter of Chester Moroka Sr. and his wife Annie. She attended Portland High School, the University of Southern Maine, the University of Maine, and the University of New England. She was a writer, a teacher, and a social worker who worked with at-risk teenagers. While she may not have actually believed in ghosts, she certainly believed in ghost stories, and we suspect is excited to now be part of one. The Halloween parties she threw for her children were epic and grotesque. She fiddled with the Ouija board despite her mother's hairdresser's warnings that it could conjure demons.
Oh, no.
And in her nursing home later in life, she made friends with staff who enjoyed watching her favorite show with her, The Walking Dead. Love her. Most of all, Pat was an incredible and inspiring superfan of living who, despite kidney failure, a stroke, an amputation, and decades of other health challenges, loved life so much that every day made her smile. She leaves behind her son, David Donnelly of Brooklyn, New York, a daughter, Sarah Donnelly of Portland, and her partner, Mark McCabe, a brother, Stephen Moroka of Portland, and then cousins, and it says, and one little in utero granddaughter who she very much anticipated.
Aww.
With love, light, and laughter, goodbye, Mom. And then it gives details on the celebration of life, but I just thought it was a cute one, and it made me happy.
I love that. I love all the spooky details.
We love a spooky gal.
We do. We really do.
Who you got?
All right. If you watch the show Succession, then you will understand this, and hopefully it's not a spoiler alert for you. But my husband and I were watching the third episode from season 4. Our minds were fucking blown and our jaws were on the floor. And so I started Googling, like, is this person really dead? And on Twitter, it talked all about how the LA Times actually released a real obituary for this fictional character. So we have Logan Roy, the conservative media mogul who shaped contemporary politics, dead at 84, from the LA Times. And before I get into it, I will be cutting some of this down because it is a very long obituary, okay? So if there's things missing, that is why. Just days ago, Logan Roy paid a surprise visit to the American Television Network newsroom and delivered a saber-rattling speech outlining an aggressive vision for the conservative cable news network as it heads into a presidential election. It was mid-afternoon, and standing atop boxes of printer paper, the embattled chief executive of media conglomerate Waystar Royco urged his employers to vanquish ATN's rivals, reducing them to fucking jam smears on the highway. After years marked by declining health, embarrassing scandals, and constant speculation over his possible retirement, Roy made it clear that he had no plans to go gently into that good night. Anyone who believes that I'm getting out, please shove the bunting up your ass, he said, using the floridly profane language that was his calling card. This is not the end. I'm going to build something better, something faster, lighter, meaner, wilder. And I'm going to do it from in here with you lot, you fuck pirates.
God.
His final ambition was not to be, however. Roy died Sunday while traveling to Sweden aboard a company jet. He was 84, we think. Roy was born in the port city in 1938 and grew up with few of the creature comforts that he had later enjoyed. According to legend, his family home did not have indoor plumbing. His mother, Helen Roy, a widow, struggled to provide for Roy and his older brother. Roy found solace in bird watching and was known to sometimes exaggerate his sightings, a flair for grandiosity he would later display in his aggressive deal-making. A sister named Rose died in childhood under mysterious circumstances. Roy is said to have blamed himself for her death, but never spoke publicly about the matter. As World War II ravaged Europe, the Roy brothers were sent to live with an uncle in Canada who ran a print shop. Roy has indicated that his uncle was physically abusive. According to family members, he rarely swam because of the scars still visible on his back from childhood lashings. Roy formed Waystar in the late 1960s and later merged with Royco to become Waystar Royco. It's the fifth largest media conglomerate in the world, valued at nearly $16.4 billion. Headquartered in New York City, the company operates in 50 countries across 4 continents in the sectors of entertainment, news, and resorts. Roy's repeated success through the years made for an unwielding business outlook. People come to us because we don't sell them on anything, he once declared in an internal meeting. Though his bullish demeanor loomed large, Roy had soft spots for life's simple pleasantries. He was an admirer of lasagna and canned cranberry sauce. Despite having never served in the military, he treasured his collection of war medals, which included a Victoria Cross and a World War I 16th Infantry Canadian Medal. And being a multi-billionaire made him an enigma when it came to gift giving. His son Kendall once joked that attempts to gift him General Douglas MacArthur's biography were futile. He already owned 7 copies. Despite his increasingly frail health, Roy showed no signs of slowing down or curtailing his ferocious temper. Roy, whose last name derives from the Norman word for king, ruled over his media dynasty like an absolute monarch and showed little mercy to anyone who stood in his way, even family. He could be astonishingly cruel and vindictive. Little is known about Roy's first wife, the mother of his eldest son, Connor, but she struggled with mental illness and was involuntarily admitted to a residential psychiatric hospital under Roy's orders. His second marriage to British aristocrat Caroline Collingwood helped Roy expand his influence in the UK. The couple had 3 children and later divorced, but renegotiated the terms of their settlement months ago in order to force their children out of the business. Relations with his third wife, Marcia Roy, who once lived in France and was possibly born in Lebanon, but no one can say for sure, have been estranged since Reyes Gerald's brief tenure as chief executive of Waystar Royco. Roy is survived by his wife, Marcia, children Connor Roy, Kendall Roy, Roman Roy, and Siobhan Roy, grandchildren Iverson and Sophie Roy, and great-nephew Greg Hirsch. To the end, he was one of the most ruthless and polarizing media barons of his generation, and he relished confronting the seismic changes transforming the industry. Yeah, everything changes, Roy once said. The studio was going to tank when I bought it. Everyone was going to stay home with videotapes, but guess what? No, they want to go out. No one was going to watch network except you give it zing, and they do. You make your own reality, and once you've done it, apparently everyone's of the opinion it was also fucking obvious.
Never seen the show before.
Okay.
Sounds like a great guy.
Nope.
Sounds like a sweet man.
Awful.
God.
The episode was crazy. He died on the airplane, and they showed just giving him chest compressions. It was nuts.
Wow.
So there you have it.
Rest in peace, Girly Roy. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, the Succession people will probably love it.
Get into the gig if you haven't seen Succession, okay?
Is it good?
It's so good. It's
Really?
like HBO's #1 show.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you work for the network, my God.
Okay, honey, it is. So get with it.
All right. You have questionable taste sometimes. So, all right. Well, we've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
That means it's time for some dumb
Ass
criminals. And I've got one that is related to my coffin spinner.
Okay.
So this is from Newsweek, January 10th, 2020. Right before everything went to hell.
Oh, yeah.
Russell Bannister was arrested after the Ormond Beach Police Department in Florida responded to reports of a disturbance at the Brookdale Assisted Living Facility on December 22nd. Police said Bannister, who's 47, is alleged to have entered an elderly resident's room without his consent or knowledge to steal cash and credit cards.
Oh, God.
At an elderly folks'
I know.
home. You're a special kind of stupid, okay?
Uh-huh.
While he was inside the room, Bannister's presence was detected by the resident's Alexa device, which alerted a family member. As reported by Fox 35 Orlando, the Amazon device has a video check-in feature, which the victim's daughter, who lives in Alaska, uses to keep an eye on her father. The daughter saw a man allegedly going through her father's wallet while using the feature. The daughter alerted her sister, who lives in Ormond Beach, who then arrived at the facility with her son to confront Bannister, who was still inside the room. I was there to protect my grandfather, and that was my sole duty, the victim's grandson told WFTV. Bannister was arrested by the police soon after he fled the scene. And during the investigation, police identified 3 other victims, all over the age of 90 and residing at different assisted living facilities in Ormond Beach, who may have been targeted by Bannister. So this asshole's fucking going around, robbing all the homes. It's believed that Bannister has done this in other areas of the county, and we are asking that family members please reach out to any loved ones who are staying in assisted living facilities in the area to ensure they have not been victimized by Bannister, the Ormond Beach Police Department said. In a statement, the Brookdale Assisted Living Facility said, first and foremost, the safety and well-being of our residents is our primary priority, and we are grateful that police responded to the situation and assisted us in handling this unusual incident. Police are urging anyone who fear their loved one may have been victimized by Bannister to contact Sergeant Tom Larson by phone. But I think really they just need to all have Alexas in their room. Yeah. But fucking look at this doofus.
Give it up for Alexa. Oh my God.
Tell me that's not a dumbass criminal.
That is, if I've ever seen one. That is.
Ugly. Okay.
God. Very ugly.
Oh my God. He's like, what? The Alexa's talking to me?
Please. Oh my God.
Who you got?
Okay, well, mine relates to my sister who had her car stolen out of her driveway today.
Oh, she sure did. She called us and said, oh, I have a dumbass criminal for you guys.
Yep. She gets her car washed. The guy comes to her house and washes her son's car and whatever. And he usually gives them the key. Well, he ended up putting it on her driver's seat or her passenger's seat, and she assumed that her husband had it and whatever. And she lives in a very safe, gated community. Well, at 3:24 a.m., 2 people come and steal her fucking car. And she gets up at 5 a.m. to go to the bathroom and, like, for some reason looks out of her window and sees that her car is not there. And she's like, what the hell? Goes and looks at her Ring camera. Her car had like a tracking device in it because it's like a newer car and she has like an app on her phone. The police get involved. They get the car. There was like a chase. It was a whole
They get the fucking people.
They get the fucking people.
Thank God.
She has to go identify her car and like identify this.
like a body.
Well, there's like stuff in it too. Ugh. There's like a
Gross.
ton of needles and wound kit, just a whole bunch of things. So with that, I found a dumb ass criminal article on click2houston.com.
Hey, we love Houston.
We do. 2 people were arrested in Florida. According to officials, investigators received an anonymous tip regarding 2 people, a man and a woman, allegedly spray painting their semi-tractor truck outside of a Days Inn motel.
Oh.
Investigators said the truck's original color appeared to be hot pink, and the suspects were in the process of concealing its original color with the spray paint.
What the fuck?
Let me just show you this vehicle. So it's a big ass semi truck, right? That's the spray paint. Look at all the bottles of spray paint.
God, why?
Outside of a Days
Why not
Inn.
just steal one a more neutral color? You got to steal the hot pink one.
Of all fucking colors, the hot pink one.
Dumbass.
As deputies arrived, both the man and woman fled the scene and a pursuit ensued on foot. After 2 hours, officials said both the man and the woman were caught hiding in the woods. Dayanle Coutinho Gonzalez and Rainier Lazaro Perez were taken into custody and are expected to face multiple charges, including grand theft auto and criminal mischief. Officials said Coutinho Gonzalez was later released from jail after posting a $13,000 bail.
Jesus.
Thanks to another concerned citizen calling after see something, say something, our deputies were able to catch 2 thieves and recover a stolen semi and return it to its rightful owner.
God.
Are
Dumb
you kidding me?
asses.
Dumbasses. You know what? If only they did that to my sister's car, maybe they would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
This isn't a white car.
Uh-huh.
No, this is red.
Oh my God, people are so fucking dumb. I love
I
it.
know.
Every week, it never ceases to amaze me.
I know, truly.
God.
Oh my God, well,
Is it over already?
it's over.
Oh my God. All right. Well, if you want to follow along with all the things, cameos,
Twitter, Instagram, email, P.O. Box.
Patreon, we're doing little
Patreon,
updates.
yes.
You can go
And
to-
tour tickets.
And tour tickets. Yes, come see us live in person. You can go to our website, www.obituarypodcast.com.
And we'll catch you in the next city.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the road, babes. We love you, and we'll see you next time for some more Quaff and Spinners.
Obituaries.
And dumb
Ass.
criminals. Goodbye.
Goodbye.